Good afternoon, and away we go.
Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy Campbell.
Good afternoon, and welcome in on a Fornicate Your Feelings Friday. Let's get to the brass tacks. Let's talk about the monkey in the room, and that's the fact that while all these football signings, Calais Campbell back to the Dolphins, Trevor Lawrence's huge extension, mostly undeserving in my opinion, way overpaid. While we all were celebrating all these things in the NFL, the NCAA and the congressional board got something right. Trans woman Leah Thompson will not be able to swim in women's swimming in NCAA anymore and has to immediately remove her stuff from all female locker rooms. Congratulations on Riley Gaines and NCAA women's sports getting it right. Maybe this is a chance to stop the men that can't perform with the men from becoming women. I'm just going to say it. I 100% agree with the decision by Congress. It was proven because I don't even remember what his real name was, but in the swimming world, he was the 383rd ranked men's NCAA swimmer. Did a half transition, started wearing women's clothing, kept all his genitalia, didn't go get a boob job, started wearing makeup, and started breaking swimming records against women. It proves a point I've said for many years that the worst male athlete is better than the best of women athletes. No different than the scrimmage of the 15-year-old boys versus the women's national soccer team, which the boys won 5-0. RXJ, hey JB, good afternoon. Finally can watch an afternoon show live. I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I'm not being political about it. I am being 100% real about it. I don't think any man should be able to compete in women's sports. Women's sports were made to give them something to do while the men had their own sports. That's what it was for. Nothing more, nothing less. And congratulations. Congress and NCAA got it right. That being said, Trevor Lawrence gets massively overpaid at an average of $55 million per year, who has a lower completion percentage than Daniel Jones with better weapons, a better running game, a better O-line, and better coaching other than his rookie year, which you could say the exact same thing about Daniel Jones, who had Joe Judge his rookie year. If you can't say that's inept coaching, then you haven't watched football. As a matter of fact, I think it was his first 2 years, but that's beside the point. And RXA says, I 100% agree, and it's ridiculous that this has gone on as long as it has. Happy for the women of the sport. Yep. I just wanted to get that out there. And I want to debunk a fallacy that I see Lions fans still posting. Jared Goff is not the only QB to throw for 30,000 yards and less than 100 interceptions. He's not. Aaron Rodgers did it. He didn't surpass 100 interceptions until 2022. So stop that fallacy. You could say he's the youngest to do it because he's under 30 years old. That's it. He's the youngest to do it. He's not the first. He's not the only. I'm tired of misinformation being reappropriated and making us Lions fans look half retarded. And yes, I still use that word. They haven't changed the GCARC to the GCAMCC. It's not the Genesee County Area for Mentally Challenged Citizens. It still says Genesee County Area for Retarded Children. I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm speaking from a factual thing. People just hate words that make people feel bad. It's time to stand up for freedom of speech for what it's for. It's so you can speak your mind. If it offends somebody, they're supposed to get over it. But camp came to a close on Tuesday. Hooker actually had a good day. Goff had a good day. But at the same time, guess what? Goff has thrown just as many interceptions this camp as Hooker has. So while I hear all these glowing things and how great Goff has been and how accurate he's thrown just as many footballs to the opposite color jersey as Hendon Hooker did. So let's not trash one QB and make the other one up on a pedestal. The difference is Goff has done it in game, Hendon Hooker has not. And we'll leave it at that. Hendon Hooker's supposed to be a backup. He's not going to be a starter. End of story. For at least the next 2 seasons, he won't touch the field as a starter. RXJ, I agree. But at the same time, his career stats, he has a lower percentage than Daniel Jones. He has a little more yards. He has lower touchdowns. He has higher interceptions. Daniel Jones has been a better quarterback in the same amount of time. I just don't get it. I don't think he deserved to be paid more than Goff. And I want to, I seen somebody say that Kirby wasn't a good fit for our defense last year because he wasn't playing in his natural position of free safety. He was playing strong safety because we signed overpaid CJGJ, and you can say it was overpaid for the amount of games he played and what little he did for us. He was overpaid. And whereas Daniel Jones actually had a good rookie year with a bad coach. Go back and look. His rookie year was his best season. And I don't get that. He had a bad coach and he had a good year. But Kirby Joseph is back to playing free safety because Walker and CJGJ are not on the roster. Brian Branch will be the strong safety. My prediction is that it's going to be Ife Melifonwu and Brendan Joseph as the backups. I think I've heard great things about Sion Vaki. I heard good things about Levi on Wuzariki, but Dan Campbell did say something pressing. Levi has to really impress at training camp and preseason, or he might not crack this roster. Say what you want to say. It might be a mistake with what I'm hearing out of OTAs so far to not have Levi make the roster as DT4. Tracy Walker is still a free agent at this time, and as long as there's guys like Justin Simmons out there as a free agent, he'll remain unsigned. I hope someone signs him too. He is a good guy. He just wasn't a fit for AG's defense. When we had him in at free safety, how many times did the ball hit him right in the hands and he couldn't catch it? I like giving the real things. Yet, everybody says, Happy Friday. It is Fornicate Your Feelings Friday, Ricky Sakat, and we're going to have memes to make you laugh at the end about the other teams in the division because it's roast day. Why not? Let's have fun. It's time to be a homer. Fridays are homer days. Give your homer opinions. Go ahead. Ask your homer questions. I'll answer them like a homer. I won't be a realist today. I'm ready to have fun. I seen somebody post after I just read an article at the beginning of last week about Xavier Howard and his sexual misconduct case. Somebody said, "Oh, the Lions are a top team to target Xavier Howard." I said, "Yeah, too bad he's going to be dealing with the case that the Lions." It's Fondle the Petunias Day too. That's every day. Fondle the Petunias, flog the porpoise, whatever you want to call it. Fornicate the Packers. Fondue the pretzel. It's good to see you guys all here. I have to turn down my volume so I can. The wrong button. No, I have not because I slept. I worked too much, Detroit fan man. I actually was in bed early. Woke up at 4 a.m. Went back to bed. I just woke up at 10:40. I'll watch it. Don't worry. I'll watch it over the weekend when I have more time. I don't have any time during the week right now. I'm not gonna lie. I've been having writer's block lately. I've been having struggling to put an article together. Um, I have a lot of stuff going on that I try not to show here. Life is life. I'll watch it. I think I made somebody unsubscribe this morning. That's a damn shame. But at the same time, I heard better stuff about the defense than I heard about the offense. The best two things about the offense I heard is Hendon Hooker had up and down, but overall was pretty consistent. I didn't hear anything good or bad about Goff, which means let's talk about the defense. The defense is what I heard the most about the entire OTAs, whether vet, rookie, mandatory, voluntary, whatever. It came to a close with it sounds like the defense winning overall, which that makes us happy. Because every year we were saying, oh, the offense is better than the defense. Glad to hear that. The offense is better than the defense. Glad to hear that. We heard that 3 years in a row. And Personally, I'm tired of hearing it. Let's have a defense that can control a top offense for a change. And maybe we'll see a different result overall throughout the season, better than any of us could hope for. Let's go, Homer. Every team in the league, minus about four. It could be. I don't, the porn bots don't subscribe because I block them immediately. But if you don't comment on a regular basis on a on YouTube, they'll remove you after 6 months of inactivity. And I have lots of people that do that. So let me update my ticker because you know what? I like to be real. I keep it real. I don't lie. I don't sugarcoat stuff. There it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. It makes it a better experience for everybody. The algorithm, the more it's liked, the more it's shared, it actually moves me up into those lists with the better podcasters out there, the ones that have more subscribers. It's percentages that helps me out. So make sure you tell everybody, like it, comment, share, all the above, because that's what helps us out. And now we're to the fun segment. Are you guys ready for the funny memes? It's funny to see Bears fans say this. And Matt Henry, if you're out there, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend you today, but it's really, really funny to hear the Bears say the Packers still suck when they can't beat them. And you know it's Pride Month in Chicago when it's Caleb's idea to have this picture taken with him in Rome. Isn't that special, boys? They even put their duck face on for the camera. And that's the later thing about trafficking outside of Lambeau Field. Oh, man, is that rough to look at. Let me get it off the screen. Woo! I'm a kneecap biting with JB and Von Doom connoisseur. Yes, sir. I like it. And last but not least, that's all of us making fun of the Vikings that thought they would get Atlanta's first round pick because we all knew that wasn't happening because all they got was a fifth round slap on the wrist and $250,000 in fans. That bromance is the future of my team. Yes, sir, it is. I just think it's cool that they did that picture for Gay Pride Month. Congrats, Chicago. Hey, Bear Down, I understand it. I get it. But I got to have fun with it while I can. Can't blame me for that, sir. I understand the bromance is the future of your team, and I have not denied it once. I said Caleb Williams is probably the biggest enigma of the whole thing. If he's as good as advertised, it'll be great for the future of the Chicago Bears franchise. If he isn't, it'll be a lot of the same ridicule that Bears fans have heard for the past eons about quarterbacks. My GM filed his taxes right, unlike Minnesota chestnut checkers. Oh, that's funny. But if you told me that I'd be able to get a top 10 quarterback for 40 million a year while everybody else is making 45 plus, and also at the same time only get slapped. Oh, I did it when Rodman was doing it. I hated it. But I was like, because you know why Rodman went to Chicago? Because there's no way in hell Chuck Daly would have let it happen. Is exactly what I said, bear down, Mike. Don't even go there. Because I was one of those people. I was like, man, am I glad he's gone now? That doesn't fly in this blue collar city. And I'm not giving hate. The only thing I'm going to give hate about is that a reporter in the media room on draft night told Caleb to say bear down. He leaned to the microphone as he was walking away, grabbed it gently, and said, "Go Bears." So it's less about the fingernail painting than it was about his mannerisms. And he said it on stage too. I said, there he is. It's LGBTQB1. No, he said in the media room, he said, "Go Bears," just like that. He did not say "the Bears." Like, not once. Oh, I can't even address it. There's our favorite bot in the building. My fake son. Good to see you. If Caleb isn't as good as advertised, he has better weapons than Justin Fields has ever had in his career there. He should still have better numbers than Fields. I'm going to say that right now. And anybody that thinks that doesn't understand that that Caleb Williams is probably a better QB than Justin Fields, but Justin Fields is a better athlete. That's where I'm going to leave it at. Uh, I think keeping Will Harris over Brendan Joseph on the practice squad is a dumb idea. I've complained about Will Harris every year. I'm glad he's gone. He's New Orleans' problem now. Man, I have some real takes. I'm tired of it. The fake takes, the horrible, bad takes. It's not even worth commenting on anymore. Oh, I understand it, Bear Down Mike. And I'm just trying to be real with the fans that are out there outside of your organization. I'm saying Caleb Williams will be a better QB, but I don't know if it happens right away rookie year. Rookies in coming out of the college to the NFL have struggled, even the great ones. So I just don't want anybody to be upset if he has a bad season on either side. And we shouldn't point and laugh because his second year could be boom or bust. I'm trying to be realistic. I still think he should probably have over 3,000 yards passing, probably a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, unless everything goes horribly wrong. And yes, that would be on Caleb and his ability to process, read, and react. I never wanted Caleb. I voted Jalen Daniels, especially getting Rome. That's a better tandem. I can see that. But at the same time, Jaden Daniels, will he be as good as advertised? You don't know. They're rookies. I'm just saying, putting all your eggs into a rookie basket is a risky situation. I will say, talent wise, there has never been as good of a weapons room for a QB in Chicago as there is this year. I and I I hate the Swift signing for you. I think it's a bad signing. He only stayed healthy because he was in rotation behind the Philly O line. He couldn't stay healthy when our run blocking was one of the best in the league. He couldn't stay healthy here. And I worry about that. Plus, there's only one end zone, one team's end zone that he can't catch a football in, and it's Chicago's. Doesn't matter the QB. I'm just saying. It was Poles' first big signing. The big signing was Montez Sweat. He was a Bear the whole time, all the way back to week 1, 2020. Oh, that's great. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we got the better one for yes, for lease. I I thought the first big signing was Gerald Everett. Or do you mean signing for big money because overpaying him for what we got Monty for, 8 million? I think it's not a good deal for Swift myself. I understand that too. But at the same time, I think they should have took one of the deals earlier instead of letting him go to a team he wanted to go to. It cost you guys precious draft capital because you guys moved up to get him, and then you traded him away for a sixth round that could be become what, a fourth rounder? Oof, that's a bad trade. I'm not even trying to talk crap about it. I'm just saying, in my opinion, that's a bad trade. And now that Trevor Lawrence got his deal done, Goff looks like it wasn't as bad as everybody said. And it's almost exactly as I predicted. I said until the next QB gets signed, Goff will be the highest paid QB. I didn't think it would happen this season. I really didn't think I think I predicted that the Jaguars were going to let Trevor Lawrence have a prove it year to prove he's worth that money. Foles is a man of his word. You don't see that often from a GM. I understand it. But when Washington offered you what they offered you, you could have had 3 first-round picks and 2 thirds for Justin Fields. He'd have been on the first flight to Washington, D.C. I can care less. Boom, you're gone. Bye. You're on a rookie contract you don't control. Pulse sits on pulse. Oh, I'm not talking trash. I put a team above any player in their respects. I've always been that way. When you read why certain players have retired early and you read about the broken bodies and the broken commitments from front offices and everything else, you really can't blame the player anymore. And we've had some great ones leave early, Barry, Megatron, um, and we've had other ones go on to other places and have an okay career, and then other ones fall apart away from the team. Nothing is better than draft capital. You got to make that trade. I understand it. I get that he promised to get Fields to a good situation. Is he in a better situation in Pittsburgh? 100%. But I thought because Justin Fields did improve and the team improved, our luck is Justin will be the player he is meant to be, and the Bears will play him and he will tear them apart. Oh yeah, Billy Sims. Hell, and I'm going to say this right now: if it wasn't for Billy Sims, orthopedic surgeon, I wouldn't be walking today. He's who put my ankle together when I severed my Achilles tendon. So that happened in '91. Dr. Brian Ortman. We've had plenty of great ones leave the game. Heck, everybody forgets that Alice Karras was suspended for a year because he ran his own betting ring with a couple other players. They all got suspended. It wasn't just a gambling ring, it was about NFL. It was great. We all forget that. Could we see? I see it as very possible. I have the window of wins as one better than last year for the Bears. They won 7 games. I put their floor at 8 games and their ceiling at 10. Get him to a better situation. Justin Fields could have been traded to a Burger King for a burger and fries. Fields gets his starting role and a change of scenery. But I agree. Yes, you could see all three of those teams in the playoffs next year. I think 11 wins the division. You could see second and third tied at 10 wins easily. Your defense is very good in Chicago. Our defense is much improved. As much as everybody in the league wants to poo-poo what the Lions did, they did a great job shoring up the holes in this roster, especially in the secondary. That was our biggest problem. And if you think about it, Vegas agrees with me. They have the Bears at an over-under of 8.5 wins. They have the Packers at 9.5 wins. And they got the Lions right now at 10.5 wins. And that's even with the harder strength of schedule. The schedule was already out when they created those odds. And our secondary got a lot better, and it was our biggest problem. You're absolutely right. Now we got so much depth. They're talking about who's going to be the guy that's the dime back. Because we already know right now, the way it's looked through OTAs, Carlton Davis is the CP1. On Arnold is the CB2 and looking just as good as advertised. And everybody forgets on Arnold had a bad hamstring that he had just healed up when he ran his 4.5. Right. RxJ, I get it. It isn't a deal breaker for Chicago because if you look at everything around Caleb, it's better than anything that Justin Fields ever had around him. On accident, he'll be better than Justin Fields. I'm just saying, on accident, he'll be better than Justin Fields. Year one, they made it so he almost cannot fail, is what I'm getting at. They got a guy that no matter where you throw it near him, he'll go get it in Keenan Allen. Whether he stays healthy for an entire season is another story. Right, and I'm saying that right now. Keenan Allen is a guy that catches everything around him and fights for it, and doesn't allow other guys to take the ball away. Rome Odunze is the wild card. We know he was one of the top wide receivers. He's gonna be good, but will it be year one? You don't know. We already know what they got in DJ Moore. He is their number one wide receiver. He is their guy. But they have to decide next year, do we extend Allen or do we extend DJ? And it's really going to depend on the money. And I think it's going to be DJ Moore out of the two. I know that's who I would extend and then draft another slot and let Rome take the two next year. That's just my opinion. You can hate me for it or not, bear down, Mike. I understand what he's being compared to, but pro comps mean nothing if they don't live up to the potential. We've all seen rookies not live up to potentials, is what I'm saying, bear down, Mike. Could you say Chicago is one-sided offensively? They got here Herbert, but Swift doesn't play even half a season when he is getting snaps consistently. I like their wide receiver core, but we will see. I don't think they're one. No, I think they're becoming more of a balanced offense. Is the whole goal of what they did. They're trying to become a more balanced offense. Um, One thing I have heard, and I've seen it written about by a couple of writers, is Caleb needs to not play hero ball like he did at USC. That's the one thing that I've heard that is his knock. He likes to play hero ball, wait a long time and try to throw it way downfield. And I don't think that's necessary. RXA, I see a scenario where Herbert is traded because they have Roshan Johnson. That's a good take. Bear down, Mike. But like I said, I don't always sit here and trash everyone. I'm not that guy. I won't be that guy. Just will not. I'm not going to trash a team just to trash a team. But if I think about it, us Lions fans have to think about it this way. Guess what team in the NFC North has the best record versus Dan Campbell? It's the Chicago Bears. We're 4-2 versus Vikings and Packers. I liked Roshan Johnson coming out of uh, the draft like last year. I said he has the potential because of the limited carries to end up having a longer and better career than Bijan Robinson. Because if he progresses naturally, Herbert is in the last year of his rookie contract. I get that too. And nobody pays past rookie contracts anymore unless they sign somebody that gets let go. Nobody does it. Oh, I take that back. The 49ers do it with CMC, and Brian and Ayuk is like, hey, this is my last year too. Hello, Brent. Good afternoon to you, sir. You missed it. I put up the memes of the week. This one's a little avert your eyes if you don't want to be blinded. Inside report trafficking outside of Lambeau Field. Whew, that's a cheddar head nobody wants a bite of. Caleb and Rome doing their gay pride poster. And I still don't get how any Bears fan can post this and mean it. But last but not least, after hearing that Falcons got penalized by having a 5th-round pick taken away and the Vikings get nothing in compensation, here's the rest of our division. Not that pick again. He had to see it. Hell, Bear Down Mike didn't even get a chance to see it. He got to see the Caleb Williams one. Well, that just ain't right, JB. Like I said, that's a cheesehead no one wants a bite of. If they say they do, they got issues. Oh, I still think it's the fight at the top is Lions and Packers. Bears will be right there, though. I think they're going to get that 9-10 wins and make the playoffs. I, you can say you heard it here first from a Lions fan that I think the Bears make the playoffs this year. They've got that good of a defense. I personally feel like the Lions end up with 11 or 12 wins again. Because we managed to win 12 wins with the 27th ranked Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, we talked about that to begin with. The other thing I talked about, and most of you guys weren't here, Leah Thompson, the trans woman that was lighting up the NCAA swimming world, has been banned from NCAA women's swimming. Let me find it. It is so
awesome
to hear. The Bears have the 3rd easiest schedule with rookie QB. What more can you ask for? I get it. I'm agreeing with you. The average per year is still bad when you think about it. I think we have the same record we had last year, and I'm completely good with that. To me is something that should have been done. And this is what I have for the Congress for making the decision. A round of applause. Well deserved. I am happy as a journalist, broadcaster, podcaster, whatever you want to call me, a talking head on your TV, smartphone, tablet, computer. I am proud to announce that because the 358th ranked man in swimming for men does not deserve to dress up like a girl and compete with women. It's not fair. My question is, how much better will Caleb Williams be than Justin Fields? If you look at the weapons around him, he should be twice as good. That's being no bullshit, no homer. If he's anything close to as advertised, he'll be twice as good as Justin Fields. They might, by year 3, have their 4,000-yard passer. If he is a backup again, Branch is at strong safety. Kirby Joseph, Amik Robertson, and Ennis Rakestraw are fighting for the nickel position. It's not a guarantee that Amik Robertson gets it. That's the crazy thing is undone. We have that much depth now. According to OTAs, it's already decided that Carlton Davis will be the one. But I think Amik Robertson may have something to say about that during training camp once the pads get on. He's had better numbers. I like him, and he could win it again back. I can't I can't say they both have been talked about glowingly this OTA. So it's a battle. It's a battle to watch. CB3 is a battle to watch. It's between 3 guys really, because we forget Emmanuel Mosley's practicing again come training camp. Brent throwing wise, he will be better than Justin Fields. Justin is definitely a better athlete, and his ability to escape the sack is ridiculous. But Caleb has the better weapons that Justin never had. It is depth, and more depth. This is something unusual, and I think if he Melifonwu will be backing up Brian Branch, uh, Brendan Joseph will be backing up Kirby Joseph because that's where they're lining up right now. While Branch and Kirby are on the mend from their injuries. Prediction: we play Detroit for division. Packers in Detroit for divisional round, and I'm excited for this year. We are on a mission. I I have said this accidentally, just because of the pieces they put around him. Caleb Williams should have a better rookie year than Justin Fields ever did. They have a way better defense overall. Jeff Risden and a couple other writers mentioned Darius Fountain. Is there really room for him? Not right now with who I hear is leading because right now the wide receiver 6 is being decided between Traquan Smith and Maurice Alexander. Ralph Williams, RW Media in the house. Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure having you on Wednesday night. Darius Fountain, I haven't heard a lot of good about him though when I was looking. Justin was never supposed to play his rookie year. He should have been 3 in QB. You say it's hype articles when they're talking about his play on the field at OTAs. I say wait for the season. But right now, it's Jack Campbell and Alex Anzalone as our starters. We play a 4-2-5. Everybody else is not considered a starter because we either run a nickel corner or a Sam linebacker. Wednesday's show was great. Thank you, RXJ. I love the NFL roundtable talks. This week coming up, we're doing the NFC West and AFC West review. So Derek Barnes he might be the odd man out if he doesn't have a great year. If he continues to miss sacks that he should have when he has somebody lined up, yeah, he'll be gone. Right now, we don't even know if he will say. So if you want to be on next Wednesday, Ralph, you're in. They're talking about letting Lee McNeil take some snaps at fullback because of the stuff he did in high school. Is that because we have better depth and there's guys showing up? No, it just makes me think that Lawrence is way overpaid. I have made my statement. Right. Everybody forgets that if he gets that sack, that's a safety. That's 2 more points on the board, and it's 7 points off the board for Dallas. We win the game by 9. But he's not sucking as undone. Guess who has taken a bulk of the team one snaps while Reeder has been with his wife getting ready to have a baby? It was Broderick Martin, Wingo. No, Pico. I don't know if Pico's on the roster or not. I'd have to look it up. Don't forget this weekend is Father's Day, I believe. The refs could have done something to keep the cow turds in the game. You know, your hatred for Broderick Martin is well unfounded, is undone. Pico hasn't even been mentioned as cracking the roster. I think he was playing with the third string team. Broderick has been with the first team. Um, Wingo and McNeil has been with the second team. That should tell you something right there. Happy Father's Day, and thanks for the reminder. Give us Dallas and Detroit. I'm tired of going to Dallas. We would kick their ass every next year. We get Dallas and Detroit, is what I'm hearing. That's already set in stone. 2025, Dallas comes to Detroit. It is time to go through our sponsors. And of course, with this being a fornicate your feelings that's good info, JB. With it being a fornicate your feelings Friday, we could talk about everybody's favorite sponsor. I think even Bear Down Mike likes this sponsor. It's FTP. It's fornicate the Packers. Put an FTP in the chat for me, everybody. I don't even care that that sponsor doesn't pay me. It's so much fun to do it. And I had to say fornicate when we're live on Roku. I don't want to be dropping a million F-bombs per show. FTP. Oh, let me say it the way it should be done. FTP. Then, of course, we have Gloss Negron, the best window tinner in Saginaw, located at 409 Hamilton Street in Saginaw, Michigan. 989-443-9240 is the number to call to set your appointment up. He can make your whip look fantastic with the tint and the detail job, just like this one and that. Why are you so high on Broderick Martin? He sucked. He was damn near a 4th-round pick. I'm not high on Martin. I'm just telling you what I heard coming out of camp, and you're the one poo-pooing on him. Why are you poo-pooing on a second-year rookie when you should give every rookie at least 3 years before you call him a bust? Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Brent. They're mad that MCDC has a 4-2 record versus Matt LaFluke. They're mad we won 4 straight games. Mad. With 3 in their house. Yeah, I know, RXJ. We play Seattle a lot. And last but not least, is the sponsor I work for, Brandon Service, located at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road, Flint, Michigan, 48507. If you need a price on new tires, please call 810-233-8230. Talk to George Red or myself. Used tires start at $40 a piece. And if we're good enough to work on a 1963 European edition Silver Phantom Rolls Royce, we're good enough to work on your car. Could have a better record against Green Bay if AG didn't suck. Well, the first time we lost to Green Bay, Anthony Lynn was calling plays, so the offense sucked. So there was that. It took Goff 3 years to get the same old Lions to the playoffs. Yeah, with a rebuilding team that's beat you 4 out of 6 times, Dorn. Including since we've won since year 1, the last week of the season, until week 5 of last year. So I don't want to hear it. Your same old Lions died with your playoff hopes in 2022. Yes, sir. No swamp ass. Oh my God. You guys had 4 changes on your roster and you're acting like it's a rebuild. Love wasn't a rookie. When AG, hey, that was Dan Campbell's design. If he didn't start until Dan Campbell put his hands on this defense. "2020, we stripped this team to the studs, had a offensive coordinator that couldn't call a play plan to work with anyone. And then we let Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell take over year 1. Hey, I never said he was perfect, but he's doing a good job of it. Aaron Glenn is horrible. I've said that for years. Right. Packers had a horrible first half of the season. People forget. Start off like that again, you might not make the playoffs. And you're absolutely right. I don't predict it, but it could. A million things could happen. And that's all we can hope for, is that our coaches learn to grow. Much love to everybody. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Have a great day, everybody.
Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.